Hi there. So first of all, I wanted to say that I would have loved to give this lecture with all of us present in Phelps, but instead I'm recording it from my home office in Switzerland. This was not the plan, of course, but we all have to adapt. If I can take a few minutes to tell you my story, last week I was actually enjoying a spring break with my partner in the Dominican Republic when they closed borders and stopped all planes from flying. So we were stuck on an island. She had no way to go back to Europe. I had no way to come back to New Haven. And even if there are worse places to be trapped in, we of course wanted to escape this situation, not to risk to be trapped for several weeks in the Dominican Republic itself. So we went to the embassy, to our embassy, and Swiss diplomacy organized a repatriation flight. And now I'm back and stuck in my own country, which is Switzerland, in the middle of Europe, with no way to come back to New Haven, probably before a long time. So again, I of course cannot complain. My own parents are stuck in Spain until any further evolution of the situation, and I hope they are doing good. And so I can also just say that I hope really that you and your relatives are all doing good, that your return home has been less chaotic than mine, and that you can anyway find ways to enjoy, at least partly, this extraordinary situation we live in. Regarding this lecture, I thought it would be better to record it instead of using Zoom. This way I can be sure that there is no problem with the internet connection, that the audio quality is good enough, and you can also replay parts of it in case my accent is too much for you to understand. I anyway apologize for any mistake I can make. As you can hear, English is not my mother tongue. So feel free anyway to email me afterwards if you have any questions. You will find my email in the information of this lecture. In a way, this pandemic is a very interesting context to talk about this topic of international law. As we all know, during the last few weeks, countries have been closing their borders, even know that too well, recalling the citizens home, and thus in this context of intense crisis, I think it's the best time to actually feel how important our own relationships to the countries we live in or to the country we are citizen of are important, because of course international law has to do with the citizenship and the rule of law of different countries. So in this interesting time, I'm going to talk about international law ruling an empire. And this is going to be in a second video that you will find a link for down below.